Paul. Welcome to another episode of Take Two with Terry and Tony. I'm Terry. Now I'm Tony. Got my Paul Ryan Water here. Paul Ryan. Good to have you back, sir. You were released by your captors. How was your experience? It's kind of going to a Republican National Convention. Not much to do. not much going on. So. Gotcha. So, good to have you back, sir. This week we're doing our top 3 scariest movies. Not necessarily the scariest movies of all time, just movies that we personally found scary that affected us at some point in our lives. So, with that being said, we're going to start off with our third scariest movie. We'll start with you, Brother Tony.
Oh, actually, first, I would like to start off with an honorable mention.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, this one didn't quite make it to the top 3, but it was still scary for me. Honorable mention goes to Selena.
Hey.
If anybody's seen it, Jennifer Lopez cannot act.
Hey, that movie was sad at the end, okay?
Yeah, it was sad to see how that they cast Jennifer Lopez.
That was a true story.
They did it for the butt factor. Selena had a big butt. Jennifer Lopez had a big butt.
Selena's butt was bigger than Jennifer Lopez.
Really?
Yes, she
Was
had
it?
a booty.
Did you?
I do anything for Selena.
Yeah.
You said it wrong. Anything for Selena.
Yeah, anything for Selena's.
Well, I only did that in honor of Hispanic heritage. Man. That's
Wow. Wow.
that was my shout out.
Moving on.
Moving on. Number 3.
Yet again, he alienates our Hispanic and Latino views.
Number 3, I have Insidious. Insidious came out in 2010. It stars Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne. It involves a lot of creepy celestial planes, transferred body, type stuff. There's this one particular monster in there that pretty much bothered me or scared me. I'm too grown to say it.
Yeah, you're too scared.
It bothered me.
Uh-huh. It bothered me.
And
Bothered you so much you peed in on your pillow.
bothered me greatly.
Little girl.
So Insidious is my number 3.
Number 3 for me is actually The Sixth Sense. That came out in 1999, starring Bruce Willis, Haley Joel Osment, where the kid sees ghosts, and it had me seeing ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts, but that movie frightened me, and every now and then I seem to check under my bed and just see random people walking around my house, and
That's your wife and son.
oh. Yeah, why? What are they doing there? But that was my number 3 movie.
Yeah, his number 3 is my number 2. Sixth Sense was my number 2 for all the same reasons he just mentioned. Yeah, when we saw it, I mean, it came out in '99, so I was 17. So I had
just dating yourself there.
Yeah, I had a very vivid imagination, so it Sixth Sense kind of went home with me, and I thought about it a lot, and it bothered me a lot when I got home. So Sixth Sense is number 2.
Man up. Number 2 for me was actually Signs, another M. Night Shyamalan movie starring Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. Came out in 2002. It's about aliens, but it scared me because of the one scene. Well, it's more than just one scene, but the one scene in particular is when they're watching the news and they say they have footage of one of the aliens. It was like in Mexico or Venezuela, some like country where they're having a birthday party and they walks past the camera, and that for some reason that scared me. It bothered me so that it went home with me, and I was afraid. So that's my number 2 movie. My number 1 I have, which is a lot of people's number 1, and I think it might be voted as the number 1 scariest movie of all time. Yeah, on a lot of people's lists.
Yeah, The Exorcist. The Exorcist, to this day, I will not. I've watched it once, and to this day, I will never watch it again. That movie scared the crap out of me. I think honestly, it was the music what got me.
Yeah, it did have pretty.
That music, it was so loud when stuff was happening. Everything was so loud, and I mean the special effects and stuff was not.
Well, for that time.
I'm gonna say yeah. So I mean, and the whole aspect being possessed and stuff. That stuff, I don't like that kind of stuff anyway. So, number one for me is The Exorcist.
Exorcist is good, and it did frighten me, but it didn't make my list. Number one for me is actually The Ring, starring Naomi Watts and Martin Henderson. Came out 2002, and it scared me because of the girl in it. She had like just jet black hair, and you could never really. Well, you saw her face, but it was just kind of like deformed, and it was just scary. Something about little kids, especially little girls, being ghosts and stuff. It bothered me. It bothered me, and it just right now I would never. I've watched the movie twice. I actually own it, but I'll never watch it again. It's one of my favorite movies. I just wanted to own it, but I'll never watch it again. I watched it twice. Once in the theater when it came out on DVD. I watched it another time, and after that, I refused to ever watch it again. So until I grow up into my big boy pants. So that is my number one.
Good list.
Thank you, producer. You agree with any of our?
What's your number one?
Number one is The Ring. And then number two is Signs. Remember we watched The Ring, and it was night, and we had to stop it because I was so scared. And remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And then we watched it like a week later. Like it was like 12 o'clock on a Saturday. I was super scared. But Signs scared me really bad too, and then The Sixth Sense. But then I thought The Descent was really scary too.
The Descent was a good movie. I didn't find it scary, but it was just a good movie to me.
I don't even watch scary movies anymore.
Yeah, I kind of backed off scary movies myself.
You get to your soul, man.
Yeah.
Your soul.
So that is our top 3 scariest movies. You said. You said honorable mention for you was what? The Grudge? You said?
You didn't say it, but.
That is your honorable mention?
You could read my mind.
That's why we're twins. The Grudge. Honorable mention for myself was The Exorcist. So, what about The Grudge?
Well, The Grudge was my honorable mention.
He chose to.
As we go back to the
insult Mexicans.
Go back to the honorable mention.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. How quickly we forget.
So yeah, The Grudge is my honorable mention. The Grudge, same reasons, kind of as there for the freaky kids. Yeah, the freaky kids. Like in The Ring, I saw The Ring. I didn't really find The Ring all that.
What? So you think The Grudge
that
is
bothersome?
You think?
But
you think The Grudge is scarier than The Ring?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I never saw The Grudge.
So, well, they got like 4 of them now. But well, that's this week's show. Next week we are reviewing Alex Cross, starring Medea. Tyler. Starring Tyler Perry, without his Medea persona.
He's supposed to be the younger Alex Cross, who was made famous, in the movies, made famous by Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
So we hope that he does a good job. I don't think he's gonna get that talking cadence down though. Morgan Freeman talks. He has this particular way he talks.
Well, I think he's supposed to be Morgan Freeman. He's just supposed to be Alex Cross.
Yeah, whatever.
I read the book that the movie's based off. I just hope they kind of stick to it and don't just go off. You know how they try to Hollywood a book, and then it's just like, oh, this ain't not like the book. So hopefully it's a good movie. We'll review that next week, and then in 2 weeks we'll be back with another Halloween episode. What we'll be talking about on that episode?
That episode we're gonna be talking about our favorite movie monsters. Pretty much the movie monsters that pretty much ruined our childhood
and our adulthood
to some extent.
Now, not necessarily the movie was scary, but the actual monster in it was like, it just freaked me out for some reason. So we'll have that list. It'll probably be we'll probably do top 5. There's a lot that I have to go through. I had a messed up childhood, man.
Well, good to be back.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, you owe me for that ransom that I had to pay. So this can't give it to me now.
I don't have anything.
That's what I had to pay. So we're even Steven.
Hey! Don't be playing that. Now I can't sleep tonight.
What's
Thanks
that?
a lot.
The Exorcist music. Nice, producer. I like that. Nice touch. Tony will be sleeping here tonight. You need to sleep in our bed?
Juice.
For Take2, for Terry and Tony, I'm Terry. That's Tony. And we'll see you next week.